Welcome to ZKast, everybody. I'm Zias Caravello from ZK Research, and I'm here for another ZKast, and I'm joined today. I'm delighted to be joined by Nidhi Pant, who is the co-founder of a company called S4S, which actually stands for Science for Society, India-based. Not only the co-founder, but you're the winner of this year's Cisco Youth Leadership Award, which is part of their global citizen activities. So Nidhi, why don't you just introduce yourself to everybody and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, everyone. Thank you. My name is Nidhi Pant, and I'm the co-founder of S4S. S4S stands for Science for Society. We are helping women farmers come out of poverty by transforming them to become processors. So providing an end-to-end ecosystem to smallholder women farmers for them to process the imperfect produce which would get wasted at the farm gate at their village level. And through that value addition and the processing that they do, they see an income increase and it doubles down their household income. So reducing food wastage and also income increase for smallholder farmers.
Yeah, and so I read your bio, very inspirational. What drove you to this? What inspired you to create this company?
The biggest inspiration is the problems. There are two big problems. One is that what the farmers are producing is getting wasted. So India loses food worth $17 billion.
$17 billion annually.
$17 billion annually.
Wow.
And at the same time, there are 126 million smallholder farmers in India who earn less than $2.50 per day. Also, women, as these men migrate to cities in search of alternate income options, women are responsible to run the household and also work at the farm. What we saw was that with the problem of post-harvest losses, food wastage, we also have poverty in smallholder farmers. And at the same time, gender is a very big challenge because for the longest time, the photo of a farmer for me was a female. But if you see who's working on the farm, it's always the female. So specifically for women farmers who are responsible to run the household and work on the farm, it was very challenging. So these two are very, very big problems in India. And that drove us to start the organization.
Yeah, so you're and you're right. My ancestry is from India. And so when I think of farmers from India, I don't think of women leading the company, but you've done that very nicely. And so can you give us a sense of what stage your company is at and what are some of the products you make and how are you solving this problem now?
Absolutely. I'll start with our solutions. What we do is that we give them end-to-end things that is required for them to processing, which starts with the technology. So it's our patented solar-powered food processing system. So we give them a combination of this equipment. Then we also give them access to finance for this equipment. So we have partnerships with State Bank of India, regional rural banks for these women to procure these machines at a very low cost, 6 to 9% of interest. Then we help them build their capacity of what they should process, how they should process these produce, what are the quality standards that are required. So entire training and capacity building is what we do for these women farmers. And at the end, give them work for processing and give them market linkage. We then aggregate these produce that these women farmers are making, women micro entrepreneurs are making, and do quality control, packaging, and sell it to food and beverage industry. It could be packaged food companies like Marico, Nestle, Sodexo, Indian Railways, or it could also be small hotel, restaurant, and catering industry. We are working with 1,200 micro entrepreneurs, women micro entrepreneurs who set up these small farm factories and do processing work, and 60,000 smallholder farmers who now have access to market. They can not only sell their A-grade fresh produce, but they can also sell their lower grade produce. Earlier, they would never even harvest this produce or would just not grade and sort it. They would get a lower price and it would get wasted. But now they can sell more. The smallholder farmers see a 10 to 15% increase in their income because they're reducing their wastage. There's a price discoverability at the farm gate. So 60,000 of those farmers and helping reduce 60,000 tons of food from getting wasted. And we have saved around 300,000 tons of CO2 from entering the environment. Currently, last year we did $5.3 million as our annual revenue. We are a 70-member team. So this is the scale of our organization, but growing very rapidly.
So from what I understand too, you really got going in 2019, and you said you're up to 60,000 customers already?
60,000 smallholder farmers.
Okay, that's remarkable. And what are your projections over the next couple? Like what would next year at this time? What would success look like for you?
So we definitely look at a more 3 to 5 year plan where we would be able to empower 1 million farmers in India, and also create an army of 10,000 entrepreneurs who are out of poverty, go very deeper and touch a lot more lives. But for next year, we are having 2,500 women entrepreneurs who would be processing. So growing 2x minimum at this time, and also work with more than 100,000 farmers for procuring this produce. Currently, we were doing 2 categories, fruits and vegetables, pulses and grains. We are adding more and more product categories to onboard more farmers like spices, milk. So that would also help us grow and procure from work with different smallholder farmers in different geographies.
Yeah, and so for the companies that the farmers that have worked with you, do you have any data points where you've quantified the value that you've brought them?
Yes, absolutely. So if you see smallholder farmers, what is our impact with them? They see a 10 to 15% increase in their income because of 3 major reasons. First is that we are preventing the food from getting wasted, which is they can now sell more. So there is a volume increase that they see. Second is that they are reducing because we directly buy at the farm gate. They don't have to spend on any logistics that is required. And third is that they don't have any, when they go and sell in the market, they have a lot of cash discount, like if they want to have immediate payment. So they would have deductions that the other market players would charge them, which is completely not what we do. So this way, in an aggregated way, they see 10 to 15% income. But with the micro entrepreneurs, we see 2x, completely doubling down their household income. So they earn a 50 to 100% additional income. And this is...
And that's life-changing.
That is life-changing because now she's also breadwinner of the family. She's bringing in equal income as compared to what a farmland income would be. She has better decision making and better participation in the critical decisions in the family. The money directly goes in her hand. She can now spend on education, healthcare, and other areas. They don't have to take any loans for farming. Otherwise, the loan sharks charge them such high rates at 5 to 7% every month. So with our women entrepreneurs, our impact is a lot more deeper, where we see a complete doubling down their household income, and which is around 50 to 100% increase in their net profit.
Yeah, and you are a female entrepreneur in India, which a decade ago there weren't so many. I think that's fair to say. And so, what's the environment like today there? Is it easier for young women entrepreneurs to actually get a start in India?
Yes, it is absolutely the right time for anyone to start as a female entrepreneur to start in India, because there is a lot of focus on women entrepreneurship. There is a complete ecosystem that is getting developed, whether it is of funders, whether it is of mentors, whether it is of platforms, government. There is a lot more access to funding. This access has increased tremendously. There are accelerators, incubators, different platforms through which people can take their ideas to the market. And because of this focus, like most of these funders have separate programs for women, we definitely have a great upstart, which was not there before. Definitely a lot more focus is there, and it's a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, well, congratulations again. And I want to make sure I get this right. So you are the Cisco Youth Leadership Award winner, which is part of the Global Citizen activities. It was a $250,000 prize, correct?
Right.
And so what's next for your company? How will you use that money to take S4S to the next level?
Our vision is to work with 1 million farmers, and for that, we are firstly the money that we have and the support that we have received from Cisco is going towards training and capacity building of these farmers to making that sure that their agricultural practices are more climate resilient, so they have good agricultural practices. Second is training and capacity building of our women entrepreneurs, so they process more produce, the quality of their produce is right, the quality systems are inbuilt in them, giving them nutritional as well as financial training. The money that they are suddenly their lives have changed, right? They're getting so much of cash flow. How do they use that cash flow? What are the ways in which they invest in it? And third, and the most important part of it is what are the best practices that we can develop for our smallholder farmers to reach market faster, so to onboard them better, give them better customer experience through a digital platform. So making an end-to-end digital platform, very much inspired by Cisco, because so much of this is happening in a very decentralized manner.
Yes.
It's fragmented manner. So many different farmers in villages are doing it. How seamlessly can we tie all of them together, give them same replicable experience, so that when we are scaling to a lot more, it is faster and it is more efficient. So these are the three ways in which we are using the support that we have got from Cisco.
Yeah, it's interesting use the word digital. And digital transformation obviously has been a big topic of conversation.
Absolutely.
But when I think of businesses that digital has impacted, I might think of sports leagues, big retailers, healthcare. You may not think of farms in India, right? But clearly data and analytics means everything.
Absolutely.
Right? So in fact, maybe to that industry, percentage-wise, it might mean more.
Yeah, absolutely. Through satellite imaging, we can now map farms. We can know that how much produces A grade, B grade. Before farmer today, we know that when is the harvest going to happen, just because of these other remote sensing technologies available. That is the start of it. Based on that data, we are today able to prescribe them what sort of best package of practices they should be using. How much water, when do you have that water, what are nutrients that are required. Second, for us, is also getting the data on our micro entrepreneurs. When did they start processing? What time of the day they should end? How have they stored the material? So through IoTization, that is now being possible. And all of these things are tied together through a digital platform. So if you see the impact of the digital technology in the lives of these farmers is immense. And that's what we took from our partnership with Cisco.
Yeah. And was there a big learning curve, or was this intimidating to some of the farmers?
I would still say that we are at a very nascent stage of it. It's intimidated, yes, but you require a continuity to be there. Earlier it was very assisted, where our team is giving a lot of demos. They all want to adapt faster. That is very true. It needs to be in a local language that helps them feel more closer to it. And we also are trying to understand their user behavior, that what would help them to use that thing. So incentivizing them to do it. But at this age, we definitely see that they are using the technology for something else, like for watching YouTube videos. So why not this? So yes. It is really something that requires us to give them more and more tools through which it becomes a habit for them.
Yeah. And so do you consider yourself a role model now?
I would definitely say that my journey has been very unique in terms of I started just out of college. I was very young. I was also women at that point of time. Yeah. Also, I've been
You're still not old, so let's.
Yes, yeah. But I've been at it also for a long period of time. So, and every step that we have taken, we've had enough failures and success. So I definitely think that my journey would definitely inspire a lot of people. But whether it is a role model, I would still say that that's for others to decide. But I definitely think that our journey has been known to so many other people. It gives them a realization of the possibilities that are available for them.
So if there are some young people watching, male or female, and they have a good idea, what kind of advice could you give them on how to get started and how to be successful?
My first advice to everyone would be to dream big, to not compromise on it. And as young people, we definitely are not sometimes are not very patient. So just know that good things take time, and everyone would get success eventually. So some people take 3 years, some people take 6 years, some people take 10 years. But the reward is in the journey. So to be very much married to what your end vision and objective is, and not to compromise on it, and do it at your own terms. Do not get distracted by other things that come in. So perseverance and dreaming big, and not to compromise on what your end vision is what I would like to tell everyone.
Well, there you go. Dream big and have perseverance. And so last question, let's have a little fun here. We are in New York. We're actually at the Cisco offices in New York, and you're here as part of Global Citizen, and they're having a concert this weekend in the park in Central Park. Are there any musical artists that you're looking forward to seeing? What kind of music?
I actually follow a lot of Indian Bollywood music. All these artists are new to me, so I'm really looking forward to discover their music. But as of now, I am looking forward to listen to Jonas Brothers and have fun with their music.
Well, there you go, the Jonas Brothers. Yeah, and so it'll be a fun concert. If you follow me on social media, you'll see pictures from it. But for now, I want to thank Nidhi Pant, the co-founder of S4S, for joining me in this year's Cisco Youth Leadership Award winner. Again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, and I'm ZKast from ZKast. Don't forget to click to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.